Ernest, welcome, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Doing well. Thanks for joining. All right, I want to hear origin story of tax. Give me a feel for what the early days looks like.
Well, so I was a young kid on a farm, okay? And every day I was like, I looked up to the starry night sky. I was like, you know what I want to do one day? Be a tax accountant.
Brilliant.
Yeah. No, obviously not. So education, went to UNLV, undergrad, master's, nothing too exciting there. From Las Vegas, made sense to not go out of state, financial sense, right? So I guess that might have been an early marker as to how I was wired. I used to joke that when I was flipping through the major list, I was like, well, accounting was first on the list. So that seems fine. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people were pushing it. They're like, look, you want to go into business, probably do accounting. I don't really want to know. Econ management never really spoke to me. So yeah, accounting.
Anything but the hospitality and hotel business in Vegas. You'd seen enough.
My dad was a pit boss. My mom worked in hospitality and housekeeping, and that's not a life they wanted for me.
Sure.
You carve out a living that way, but it's that kind of thing I think all parents want. They want their kids to.
In my mind, being a pit boss sounds like the coolest job in the world. It sounds like no.
It was. People say I call BS when I tell this story, but my dad worked pit at the Golden Gate, still standing downtown. And this was old Vegas, right? So like they didn't really enforce the rules or anything. So I would sit at the bar as a 6-year-old eating like a 99-cent shrimp cocktail, and people were like, who's that kid? It's like, that's Paul's son. Like, all right. So yeah. But I think there's this aspect of all parents wanting their kids to do just a little bit better, right? Like a better life. So they're like, you're going to go to college, like you're not going to work at all high school. Never held like a summer job or anything. Like I tutored algebra, and so I went to college, and my dad died when I was my junior year, and like needed help get money at that point. So I managed to find a paid internship. They did exist then. I don't know if they exist now. Doing internal audit work for the Clark County School District. So I, just a kid with like ill-fitting pants and shirts, just like walking in, being like going into a school with a badge, being like, hello, my name is Ernest Jones. I'm with the Clark County Internal Audit Department. I need to count down your bank. And then watching school administrators' face melt.
Sounds like a prank.
Yeah, so, right? I'm like younger than them. So graduate, make my bones at a local firm, kind of a training firm, doing everything from bookkeeping, accounting, payroll filing, 1099 filing. Imagine it, I was doing it. Mm-hmm. Got my license working there in 2009, and then wanted to see what else I could do with the profession. So joined a publicly traded company doing internal audit work again, because I did it before. Hated it in the corporate world. It was not fun.
What was that company?
Bally Technologies. They were acquired. I think they go by Industrial Light and Magic now.
Okay.
And they were like a system slot manufacturer, kind of. I don't know if they still
unrelated to Bally Hotel and.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was actually, interestingly enough, it was made by. It was first founded as the Bally Pinball Company. So they're making pinball machines, and then they later converted to slot machines. I imagine it had something to do with like Japan and pachinko, how you gamble with pachinko machines in Japan, and a natural thing for them, I suppose.
How long were you there?
Well, 18 months was not a long run.
Not a long stop.
The quick story on that was I was in Amsterdam with the director of the department, and we were auditing a sub. And it was like really stressful because I was like I got food poisoning on the trip. I was doing this like testing and coordinating another testing like stuff back on the States. And the director looks at me and I'm like, hey, this test you want to do on this risk that we're trying to address doesn't capture it at all. I'm like, this is why. I lay out all these facts. And then he completely like blows by that point. And he looks at me dead in the eyes like, well, isn't it better than doing nothing? After I just said, no, it is not.
Yeah.
Like it is better to do nothing, save the time and energy, and like redesign the test. So I was like,
that was short-lived.
I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I get out of Dodge. So I'm still younger than I am now, obviously, less gray in the beard. And so I figured like, okay, well, let's throw myself into tax and see what that's like. Because at that point in my career, I was doing like longer term projects where it's, 3 to 6 months to really kind of get that endorphin hit, that serotonin hit of like, oh, we finished something, we can, take a box. So I go there, and it is a grinder firm. Yeah. It is like, you are in it, you are in the world.
This is the next stop.
This is the next stop, okay. Yeah.
This is more of like a regional player, mid-sized tax accounting firm.
When you say mid-size, I think, like regional to multi-states, like maybe Southwest or something. Still primarily focused on Las Vegas.
Okay.
But one of the bigger firms in the city. And, you're just thrown into it. You're expected to like take stuff, run with it, 70 hours a week, call IRS, we'll help you if you need it. But like, you're interfacing with clients, you're burning returns, and get it done, kid.